Hi everyone, welcome to the Game Talk. Ajax PSV. PSV undefeated this season. Ajax struggling this season. They came to the arena. All the PSV fans, everybody thought we're going to be battered, but we're Ajax, man. Never underestimate what we can do, no matter what season we're having. Right, Papimento? Are you happy with that
Exactly.
performance?
Happy, no, but it was a decent performance and much better than what we've seen. We looked better defensively, and that's a huge plus also for Jordan Henderson coming in. But there are also a couple of things that annoyed me a little bit. Like maybe if you look at the game, PSV was a little bit better on the ball. What I don't like because we're Ajax, we should always dominate the ball. But if you look at the chances, Ajax had the bigger chances in my opinion. So I'm kind of pissed off that we didn't get the win because that one-on-one from Brobry, for instance, that could have been a goal. The Taylor miss, I still don't know how he missed that. Juan, I was like, Taylor, you could have been invincible making this goal, but he still struggles. So yeah, there are a lot of things that went okay. We weren't, by the way, playing the Ajax way. We weren't pressing. We were really setting up deep, trying to cover the spaces and not let PSV come into a game that they like. That they can get a lot of space. So also another thing I like, but it was necessary this game and with the season we're having, we can all understand that we're playing this way, Juan. But there was more in this game for us than the score shows, I would say.
Yeah. Look, let's start with the positives. Things that really stood out for you today, things that you really liked at what you saw from that performance today. Because at the end of the day, look, beforehand, maybe a lot of people, maybe you, maybe me definitely, I would have said, a draw. I wouldn't be too unhappy with a draw. I have a slightly different opinion because after the game, I'll take the draw because I also feel like De Jong had, like the header on the crossbar. He also had another header that just went sideways. So I feel like we did have good chances to score. We could have won the game, absolutely. But I feel if you look at the game dynamic, if you look at how they played, they were better, more comfortable on the ball. We were working really hard to close the spaces, to make sure we don't give too much away, et cetera, et cetera. So in terms of effort, it's A plus. Nothing. I mean, everybody deserves an A plus, honestly. And so I'm gonna give it to you again. Sorry, because I'm rambling right now. It's about you,
No,
and you can say
no.
whatever you
I
want.
mean,
But no, go ahead. Tell me what you really liked about the performance today, and then we go to the
I
things that
mean,
really annoyed you a little bit.
let's start with the elephant in the room. The
Mhm.
media saying Jordan Henderson cannot play a full game. He's too old. He doesn't have the endurance anymore to play at Ajax. Today, he and Linson most distant covered in the game. I think he ended up with 11 kilometers in that game. A
Close to,
player that
yeah.
just came in, didn't play for 3 weeks, just trained 1 week with us. That's the kind of professional Jordan Henderson is. And Linson was number one. I think he was already at the 90th minute in 10.7 kilometers or something like that. So, yeah, both those gentlemen, high praise. They worked their ass off, and it showed. We were better defensively. We were better structured. I saw a lot of coaching from Henderson, which is needed, not only to the midfield and the back line, but also the attackers. So, yeah, really impressive start for Jordan Henderson. I thought Broby was, wow, again, very strong. Where Ramayo got that yellow card, he got frustrated because, again, they were holding on to him. And referees really don't do much. If Broby doesn't make that annoying, frustrated thing, referees usually let it go that he's being dragged to the floor, and it's actually
Shirts,
not
shirts.
normal.
Honestly, the Adidas shirt this year, it's good quality because how many
Yeah,
times have they pulled on that shirt and it's still on his body? It's not like it's ripped
exactly.
off or something.
It can be as ugly as hell, that home shirt, but it's durable. Um, so yeah, I mean, look, I think Ajax, we didn't play very well, Juan. On the ball, I think we're still lacking a lot. Rensch getting injured didn't help. I saw a lot of people with problems at the end. You would think that they played
Cramping
a
up.
very high energy, high paced game, but it wasn't that either. So I know they worked defensively to close down the gaps and stuff like that, but yeah, there must be something else going on, because we were far from our box, and that's something that doesn't work well for Bergwijn, for Broby, and for Berghuis. I only thought, like, if we're playing so deep to our goal, why not put an electric, pacey guy to give you a more direct play into the counter? But all in all, you can be happy with the draw, I guess, even though I think we should have won.
Yeah, you're a bit disappointed. I can see it in your face. I can see the way you're talking. You're quite disappointed. But
I
honestly,
am.
if you look at if you take into account everything that we've been through, and you look at also, what Van het Schip has to deal with. Henderson, like you said, not match fit. Soutalo hasn't even played for 2 weeks. Coming back, has to play the PSV game right away. Wrench dropping off after 15 minutes. I mean, I know
Yeah. I mean,
I know they had their own injuries, but they look like much more mechanical in terms of how they play. It's much more in sync. We are still trying to make things work. And Henderson today, do you feel like he showed a little bit already in the first game, like he can be the glue in terms of how we're connected, in terms of the lines, the defensive line in the midfield?
yeah, absolutely. That already showed, Juan. I mean, his leadership, he knows what to do. I think at the end, even Tahirovic came to play on the 6, and then he moved to the 8. So, yeah, he's so experienced that he knows what to do in those specific roles, and that's fine. And I saw him coaching a lot of the other players exactly what we need. So that's all fine for me. Um, yeah, I just want to say, like, if you have that one-on-one from Broby, for instance, you're saying that, we should be happy with the draw. But if you look at that one-on-one and you see that miss from Taylor, okay, we had that header from Luc de Jong against the post, but that first goal from PSV, I think that was their first chance, and immediately it's a goal. And I don't understand how Luc de Jong can be there standing against Sosa while there's no two central duos in the pocket closing him down. For me, that's so weird. If Luc de Jong is the guy, the target man that you have to watch out for, how can he be so free in the box at that moment?
Yeah, but it also has to do with the defensive organization, because Soutalo basically made an error also in covering his opponent. But look,
Exactly.
just a couple of weeks ago, Papimento, and I'm arguing a little bit with you, because I agree with you, but just a couple of weeks ago, Go Ahead Eagles could have scored 7 goals against us. And now look at where we are right now. Are you seeing progression? Let me ask you this question. As a unit, as a team, are you seeing progression?
Yeah. I am seeing progression, but I'm also seeing that we're slowing down the pace of the game to hold the ball longer, to control the game longer, etc. But that's also, we're not playing yet the Ajax way. So for me to fully be happy, I want to see that. But I understand. Number
Can
one
you
in the league, they
expect-
have a better team. They're better organized, structured, etc. So we gave him a little bit too much of a respect, in my opinion, but it was necessary for this season. But for next season, I want to see a different Ajax. I want to see that we're the attacking team again. I want to see us better in the passing and the rotation and the movement of the ball. I feel like sometimes we're playing the PSV way back in the day, and they're playing our way now because they have Boss. That's something that will always stay with me, because I'm an Ajax fan. I always want to play Ajax attacking football, right?
Okay, but back to this situation this season. I fully understand what you're saying. Do you expect us from here till the remainder of the season? What kind of improvement are you expecting, or are you hoping still we can accomplish? Because the way that you want to play as an Ajax, I fully agree. Everybody wants that. All Ajax fans will agree with you. But can we expect that from this squad, these players that we have?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if we're talking about these players, what players are we talking about, Juan? The midfield is 2/3 is young Ajax, Linson and Taylor, and we have Henderson now. We have in the front line, we have Berghuis, we have Bergwijn, and we have Broby. I mean, these guys know the Ajax way, know the Ajax style, know the Dutch football way. So why can't we play like that? They have enough technique to do that, but it requires gelling with your team, I guess. And because there's so much new players coming in this season, maybe that's not why we're getting there. But we also see last season, it's not the same Ajax yet. They're still growing. I do see better things, but it's mostly defensively. On the ball, I wish it was better. Maybe these players are not capable of that. But we have to see. I mean, I still want to see Tahirovic combination with Henderson more instead of Taylor Henderson. I think that might be a different dynamic we can also look forward to. Sorry. Yeah.
All right, we'll see. Van het Schip said that per game he will assess who will play, so we can take it from there. Anything else you want to add to maybe we didn't cover yet before I would go to the comments quickly?
Yeah, let me just say my man of the match. I think a lot of people would say Brobbey because he played, again, a phenomenal game as a target man. But for me, it was Berghuis. Why? Because he's the only one that showed creativity today. That weighted pass for the first goal on Brobbey was just phenomenal. And then him finishing it at the end with Brobbey holding it in the box. That was phenomenal. That I think Berghuis was also the guy that gave Brobbey the pass for his one-on-one. So if you're talking about creativity, without Berghuis, we wouldn't have any chances. So I just want to praise that kind of creativity more and praise Berghuis for the recent performances he's been having, because it's been actually pretty good.
Yeah,
lately.
maybe a special mention to Hoyer as well.
Oh wow, yeah, totally forgot actually. But he, for such a youngster, he had a great game against PSV. Of course, at the end, he struggled a bit with his fatigue and his physical aspect of the game, but that's normal for a youngster. If I look at it, I find him a better option than what we have, like Guy or the options that came in. Yeah, just sad that Wrench got injured, to be honest, Juan, because he was playing really good lately, and I was when he started in the first couple of minutes, I felt we had a little bit more control. But when he dropped off, I think Sosa did quite okay as well. So we can be proud of that, definitely.
Yeah. All right, let me go to the comments quickly. Steve is saying, let's be honest, guys. I got a point. Who would have thought that beforehand, like I said. So proud of Ajax. It's funny, though, because Steve is quite critical always about Ajax, and he has high standards. So it's nice to see another side of Steve sometimes.
Of Steve, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Rick is saying Henderson definitely had a major impact on defense and midfield. Yeah, totally agree. Let's see, what else do we have? There's a bit of a discussion going on as well between some people. Aiden, I hope I'm pronouncing it. Oh, Aidan, I'm sorry. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Great game. You can see the leadership Henderson brings. Yeah, exactly. Let's see, what else do we have? Daniel is saying we could have used Guy more in the end. He was ready to outrun their left flank. Yeah, exactly. Des looked tired at the end as well. He's cramping up as well a little bit. So yeah, that's a good point. Steve is saying Resch played fine. Yeah, that's true until he got injured, basically. Steve is saying too much negativity here. Is it in the comment section, Steve, or are you talking about Papimento? Let me know.
High standards.
Let me see. Christian is saying last 50 minutes, he should have brought Akpom and Forbes for Linson. Their backline was done. Some new energy might have broke them. Yeah, it's a good point. I also felt like maybe we're being a little bit cautious. Van het Schip really doesn't want to lose this game. And usually, I mean, if I can react, but Papimento, you can also
go ahead. Yeah,
I would say that from a perspective that we need confidence, this team needs confidence to grow, and we're still growing. And the defensive side has been a struggle for us. I understand why Van het Schip did this, specifically for this one. But usually, we should, go full more attacking and think more attacking-wise. So I agree with that as well. So I'm not too bothered with what Van het Schip said. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I just want to add, I would have changed Forbes for Bergwijn because I thought Linson, even that he was the highest distance covered, he was still looking energetic at the end. I think Brobbey and Bergwijn looked tired, so you could have easily gone for a switch there. But I think John van het Schip doesn't have much faith in those guys because you saw that the players were getting tired, but he didn't change anything. So maybe it was just getting the result, and that was it.
Exactly. Keith is saying, I see a different team for sure. Of course, hoping for the 3 points, but see, they gave it their 100%. It's more than the other 2 points that we dropped. We should be proud of them. I'm super proud. So you see, some people are much more happier maybe than you are, Pimento. It's never nice to drop points. Of course, I do understand your
But
position.
I think these people all thought that PSV were gonna smash us, and I thought we were gonna win. So maybe that changes things. But okay.
John W. Wow, an Ajax match that had you on the edge of your seat. The energy and defensive focus was awesome. Kept up for the entire match. Where are you from, John? Are you in another continent? Are you in the US or are you in Asia? Let me know. Or maybe somewhere else. That's possible as well. Hey, Luke is in the chat as well. Big up to Luke. Solid performance today. Important to notice the improvement in progress tonight. We were able to be competitive. Yeah, exactly. Mike, as always, big up to you as well. Smash the like button, please, people, and join the weTalk Ajax family.
Big up.
Lekker mannen. Nice going. Thank you for the comment. Always appreciate it. Respect to the Ajax team. Steve is very happy. You can see it clearly on his couple of comments that he had. What else do we have? I'm just scrolling quickly. We have more comments than usual, to be honest. Go ahead. You can talk. You can talk. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to say Ajax fans happy with a draw. That's been a long time ago. But yeah, I mean that gives us a clear picture of what situation Ajax is in at the moment.
Let me see. Kazia is saying, don't see it mentioned a lot, but Sotalo seems to have had such a boost in confidence, which is great to see. Starting to become more like the Sotalo we were hoping him to be. I said, but Papimento, you can have your own opinion about this. I think for somebody that has been out for more than 2 weeks, slightly more than 2 weeks, and coming in and be ready for this game, I thought he had a decent performance. He did make a mistake, I think, which led to the first goal. But other than that, I thought the center, also special mention to Hato, I think he played phenomenal for him.
Yeah,
It's crazy. It's crazy how he's performing at his age. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, and on Sutalo, I just want to say, like, it's just so sad that he did have that one mistake. I just want him to have a full game that he shows his utmost quality. Hasn't been the case yet. I'm still waiting for that full game of 100% focus, no mistakes, and really having an impact on a win.
You know, the thing is, right? The thing is, which is hard for us to assess, is let's take Broby for example. We were criticizing Broby a little bit last year, but also at the beginning of the year, like he misses this and he's not finishing the chances, this and that, and now he's like firing all cylinders and just scoring and being very important up front. How much of some players that we have, not all of them, but how much of the players like Sutalo or other players can we expect, like also having this growth, maybe in their second year or something, that you look back, like we're looking back at Broby and saying, oh, you know, we were very critical about him, but look at him now. You can say, are you thinking you could maybe perhaps put Sutalo in the same category? It's very hard to know these things, but what do you think?
You know, it's very hard because I usually have a vibe about certain players when they play, and I had that with Martinez, for instance. I knew that CDM wasn't his spot, but I knew that he would be a great player for us. And with Sutalo, I know he has the skills and maybe he's very all-around, but I'm still not clear on his best asset. It might be his header, but it's not showing. Maybe just because he's that all-around, he doesn't have a speciality. It's not really captivating me yet.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Keith, question, guys. Can they, I believe you're talking about PSV. Ajax 95 records, invincible, unbeaten whole season. Start from me, absolutely not. Let's not go there. Let's not jinx it either. We're not going to talk about PSV. Just let's be happy with what we're doing right now and just focus on Ajax. Maybe a couple of weeks later, we'll maybe talk about that. Yeah, we don't want him to be unbeaten, of course. Steve is saying Linson was great again today after man of the match, Broby. Do you agree with that, Puppy?
No, I said Berghuis for me, so...
Oh, he's a second. All right. Casilla saying Hoyer has been really stable so far. Impressed. Yeah, same. Really good. Really good. Ajax in the house. What's up, fam? What's up, Ajax?
What's up, Ajax?
Also, Robin basically confirming what we were saying. Everybody's saying defense was decent today, especially if you compare it to recent weeks, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Nothing to add to that.
Yeah, maybe a question you can answer. Mike is asking, how do you find Sotalo and Hato working as a center back pairing?
I think it's going better and better, but I don't know. What I'm struggling with is the backs. I don't know if the backs is bringing them into problems or
The
it's
fullbacks.
just their
The fullbacks.
yeah the fullbacks or it's their combination. That's something I want to see them play with a little bit more quality on the backs. Like again, a game with Gooyer and Rensch with stability, and see how they perform. I just want to see them gel, play a couple of games together, and with Jordan Henderson now, it might look much more structured than we saw in the previous games. So, but till now, it's average, and I want it to be good. And now the
Wow,
only
man.
one really, yeah, it's average still, Juan. Come on, Ajax. The target is Champions League. That's the level we should aspire to. It's not the Eredivisie level. I know we're rebuilding. I know we have to be realistic, but we also are Ajax. We also have to go somewhere, and we have to be somewhere. So we have to expect a certain level.
I understand, but one step at a time, right? You cannot just
Yeah,
jump to that level. So, okay.
absolutely.
Right. Ajax is saying, I actually enjoyed Ajax today. The intensity, fighting spirit, right mindset. This is what I missed earlier this season. We deserve the win. Yeah, good one. I actually agree with that. Vagebond, Hilinson played good as well. Yeah, Hilinson has been, how do you say that? He doesn't always do everything right, but most of the time he does. He's a very intelligent player, but not only an intelligent player, but he puts a lot of work. His work ethic is, off the charts, honestly. Which was also confirmed by what you said. I mean, how many he ran today, how much he ran today. Steve is saying, I would have switched Forbes for Bergwijn any day. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? The Vagebond is saying, I think Van het Schip also want to stretch the fitness for players like Bergwijn and Robbie. That's a good point. Yeah, good point. John W., I live in Tennessee in the USA. Oh, man, good to know. Good to know. So you spent your Saturday afternoon watching Ajax. That's good. That's good.
A real fan right there.
Very good. A real fan, exactly. Let me go. Brian is saying, big up you guys, solid performance. Yes, puppy, but look where we are coming from. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying as well. Angel or Angel Craft, I don't know which pronunciation I should use. Probably has been great this season. Now he's more focused on himself and the team. I hope he keeps improving. Yep, I agree. Just still scrolling. I'll see you saying good content, good video. Thank you for that. I'm just translating quickly. Thank you for that. He'll say, let me know if you enjoyed the match. Just drop a comment if you can, if you're still watching. And then I'll go to, wow, these names are difficult, man. Let me go with the last one. Lissa saying Sosa was good today. Yeah, he came in good. I think you said that, right, Papimento?
Yeah, defensively, he was really good. I thought he was going to be destroyed by the winger, but Bakayoko didn't have a chance today against Sosa. So there is skill there. We haven't seen much of Sosa, but there is a winger there.
A winger? What do you mean a winger?
A fullback. I mean, yeah,
Oh,
there's
all right.
somebody there that we can use.
Tired.
No, I mean,
You're
we've
tired.
been using Marta so much. But I mean, Sosa is a good option still.
At least Van het Schip show that he's not. How do you say it? What's the word?
Totally convinced about Marta, like
no. But look, one of the things that we saw with Ten Hag, for instance, which he was a great coach. I'm not putting them in the same, but Ten Hag sometimes would stick with the player, even though the player would not play, for a longer time. And I think Van het Schip saw now that he cannot put Marta in the game, so he made the right decision. So he's not. Guys, help me out. What's eigenwijs in English? I forgot it.
Stubborn.
Thank you. Sorry, guys. I apologize. So he's not that stubborn. That's a good quality for a coach, in my opinion, as well. Not to be too stubborn sometimes. Oh, sorry. Did I read this already? Let me go back to Steven. I agree with the crew. 100% good game. It's just tightening up the defense. Still very loose. Yeah. Snipe Dog, genius. I'm impressed by Broby. He's got so much more all around as a striker. That's true. Mike asking the same question. Maybe he was not happy with your answer. So again, What do you think of the pairing quickly on Sutalo and Hato? Or maybe he missed your answer.
As I said, average, and I'm expecting more, but I'm hoping that it will gel better now with Henderson and better fullbacks, and and having more structure. So let's see how the coming weeks go, and I just wanted them to hit a different level, be more stable in the back.
Pat is saying, was John van 't Schip right with not bringing in Akpom and Forbes? We discussed it like earlier, but you felt like maybe you could have done more, with Forbes bringing him in instead of Bergwijn, right?
I felt because we were so deep from the goal, you
Mhm.
could have used the Forbes for more direct play, and I thought that it looked, but it might be my eyes. It looked that Broby and Bergwijn were kind of tired at the end. So yeah, you could have opted for Akpom and Forbes coming in, giving you fresh legs, giving you other press moments, opportunities. But I don't know. Schip maybe doesn't have the confidence in them. I don't know.
All right. Steven is saying biased Juan. I'm not sure what you're referring to, so maybe you have to comment on that, and I can explain maybe what you mean by that. Tommy Burridge is saying Ajax above all. Of course, man. Congratulations to all of you. Steve is saying, Juan, wasn't the main focus on Henderson today? What do you mean was the main focus on Henderson today? In what sense do you mean that? Do you know maybe Papimento what he means with this question?
It was his first game, and everything was focused on him in the media and how he would do, how he would perform. I think that's what he means, but I'm not sure, Steve.
All right. Ton, thank you. Stubborn. Papimento already saved me with that one. Thank you. Casilla saying Van Schip made the right decision today in the lineup. Shame that Range got injured so early on. Yeah, but still, Sosa came in.
Oh, wait.
Good.
I disagree with that. Yeah, Tahirovic over Taylor, exactly. For me, that should always happen.
All right. He's also saying would have preferred Tahirovic over Taylor, but otherwise he got it right. So he's saying basically the same. Keith is saying Ajax back to panel. He will be soon when we face, if everything goes. Can I say it already? Yes. He's scheduled for the AZ game when we play FC Shameless. So you guys can see Ajax talk about the game after we play them. What else do we have? Wow, man, I'm getting so much. Okay, so we're almost there. All right. Zivko is saying Sutalo was pretty good today. Nice to see him gain a lot of confidence. Yeah, especially with being injured and coming back. He looked decent today, to be honest. And then Lissa is saying Van 't Schip have to give more time to Sosa. He was doing well in Germany, so he can be that bad. Yeah, agree. Milenio is saying, I do not understand the transfer strategies of Ajax this winter. If we are not planning to play Sosa, we should have sold him. And 3 goalkeepers who want to start, we should have sold Rulli. Do you agree with that, Papimento? We're a little bit off topic now, but just quickly your thoughts on that?
I mean, I get what he's saying. If you're going to play Wrench, that's actually usually playing right back on the left, then you're talking again about 3 left backs, right? Because we have Sosa, we have now Wrench, and then Hato could play. No, Avila we have still, and who else?
Yeah, but Avila is more the center. So Marta, you mean?
Yeah, Marta, and we sold Salahuddin, right?
Yeah.
To Twente. So that moved, but look, I think the Hoyer progression is something you cannot account into anything. You don't know if he will be the level, but he's doing so well that Van 't Schip opted for Range on the left back. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah, and this also shows that players can. It's a dynamic process. Things can change throughout the season. Like Hoyer coming up, doing well, it makes Van 't Schip make other choices as well. So he can put Ranch on the left. If he hasn't been performing, probably Ranch would be on the right, and then we would have Sosa on the left. So it's also competition, to be honest, right? That's how it works. Yeah. All right. I think we covered all the comments. Unless people still have questions, you guys have 2 minutes to give us your final questions. I have a final question to all of you and also to Papimento. From performance today, are you more confident now for the remainder of the season? And also, are you more confident in the sense that that third spot is becoming much more realistic?
I'm confident that we will be much more stable in the coming games. But let's be honest, this was not the most important game. The most important game will be against Twente, will be against AZ. Those are direct opponents in the league. And to reach the top three, we have to win from them, because I saw Twente play. It wasn't great, but they're also not losing from the other teams. So the only way we can make them lose points is maybe against the top teams, right? So against us, we have to go get those 3 points, and those will be the most important games, I think, for us this season to have a Champions League spot next season.
Yeah.
So I will be disappointed if we don't reach that third spot, to be honest.
I understand, but what does your gut tell you? That's my question.
Yeah, my gut tells me we will make it.
All right, because AZ is playing Feyenoord tomorrow as well, right? So this is important. Maybe the 1 point right now that we got is important as well. It will help us.
Exactly, yeah, but AZ has been losing points. Twente hasn't been losing points. So, and that one is needed for the third spot, right? So
Twente has been losing points, but not as many as AZ. It's different. Exactly. All right. Let me see. Just quickly on the last question that I had. Let me see. Yeah, so Rick is saying more confident for sure. Third place is going to be ours, from Christian. Kazia is saying, if we play like this, we will have a solid chance to beat Twente at home and AZ away. We can't drop a lot of points, though. Honestly, also, Van het Schip is still undefeated in the league. We tend to forget this, but we haven't lost with Van het Schip. And, so things are looking good if you look at that,
but when you say that, I think Hercules, but I don't know why.
I said the league. I said the league for
I know.
All right. John W. More confident third place should be ours since we play both teams above us. And then Millennial is saying, yeah, but Boadu is huge for Twente. We are on track for third spot, but Boadu would score a lot for Twente. That's his what he thinks. It's a good signing, though, to be honest with you. It's a clever signing by Twente. Let's see how he does. Buric is saying it's getting better, but this is not Ajax game. This is exactly what we were saying as well, right? Not yet. Not where we want to be. Eileen is saying, calling it now. Third at the end of the season. Let's get it, boys. And Christian is defending Van het Schip. He was in Australia, so that doesn't count. Okay. And Christina is saying, let's not talk about Hercules ever again. And Keith's saying, to be honest, if we beat PSV, I don't talk third place. I see second. All right. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I covered most of the topics, guys. We went in 30 minutes. We talked about the game as well. I hope you guys are happy. I hope you guys are proud of the boys as well. I am, for sure. Papimento is as well, although he's still a little bit, one of the things you guys have to realize as well, we're just coming from the game. Sometimes some of the panels are in emotion, and me as well. So sometimes we might say things, and then when we look back, we're like, okay, I could have said it differently, but it's also emotions, guys. So bear with us sometimes. Guys, enjoy it. Enjoy the weekend. Let's see what AZ does tomorrow, and Feyenoord as well. And Bodo is coming up as well. By the way, about Bodo, we have a special guest on Thursday, if everything goes well. So we will talking about Bodo during the Thursday live stream. So tune in, put it in the agenda. Don't miss it. And I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Take care, guys. Bye.
Take care.